name is Anna-Liisa, and I'm the CEO at Woola. So we are actually not fundraising at the moment. So instead of sharing our growth numbers, I wanted to take this time to tell you about some things that are really, really worrying me at the moment. And on top of that list is climate change. The climate is warming, and fossil fuels play the biggest role in that. And by now, people already know this. So they have started to change their lifestyle, switch to more sustainable transport, make cities bigger, and slowly cut out fossil fuels. So the demand for gasoline is falling, and that's great. But the big oil companies also know of this, and they have a plan. They see plastic as their savior. So in order to make up for the profits that they lose from gasoline, they intend to make more plastic. And these are some of the headlines of what their plans entail. So because of this, the global plastic production is expected to double in the next 15 years and triple by 2050, which is insane. And we started Woola to ruin their plans, essentially. So the packaging industry is the largest consumer of plastic. And we knew that we need to make packaging that's free from fossil fuels and from the single-use mindset, but this alone is not enough. We knew that we need to make packaging that's so good that people will not want plastic anymore. And that's when we discovered something really cool, namely sheep wool. 90% of it is thrown out at this time since there is no supply chain for it. And there's such a huge excess of this material that it could cover 120% of the global bubble wrap demand. And that's exactly what we started doing. We started making protective packaging from waste wool, and we're making wool envelopes, bottle sleeves, and bubble wool that are cost effective and look great and will eventually make plastic obsolete. And that's all I wanted to say today. This is a photo of our team from a few months ago. We have now grown into a team of 16. And yeah, like I mentioned, we're currently not fundraising, so please don't email me about this. Thank you.
Anna-Liisa, thank you very much for your presentation today. Lovely to meet you over our link here. Got some questions here. It's a very interesting idea. Wool, it's from the animals, right? Australia animals, I know. Tell us more about why you're using it and how that even makes sense. Oop.
Hi, Louis. Nice to meet you indeed. Yes, we are using sheep wool, which is an animal product. And it is currently a waste product, and sheep need to be sheared anyway. But for us, it only makes sense to use wool that comes from local farmers and that we can actually track. So we don't work with factory farms or anyone who practices intensive agriculture because it just doesn't make sense. We track all of the wool that we and we do background checks on all of it to make sure that it is actually ethical.
Okay, I like that. Now, Australia, look, I'm Australian. We're a company that was built on the back of a sheep, we say. So I'm happy for this. Now, why should VCs invest in your company? Everyone wants software. It's all about software. How come we should think about hardware, products? This seems a little bit more tricky. What's happening?
I think the best way to summarize it is by saying that if you want to continue living on this planet, you need to invest into production and hardware, since that's the most lucrative thing in the long run. And production has gotten much leaner and much smarter. It needs less capital than what it used to need. So I think there are a lot of options here, and I would really like to see the investments also reflect this in the future, and venture capital taking more risks and giving production and startups more chances.
Anna-Liisa, thank you very much for your time today.